we have slept, almost forgot that we're gonna be doing for such a pretty long time. We're still in 300 subscriber event that we're gonna be doing anything as well. As we're gonna be seeing, I'm gonna be spawning somewhere for a 300 mph event. Let's gonna be find somewhere else that we're gonna be doing. Find a late model, as we're gonna be using for a super late model, which is pretty loud. As we're gonna be doing such as pretty first time. If I'm gonna be spawning in a late model, a vehicle with Dodge Challenger, as well as we're gonna be using for a late model vehicle. So as you can see, that we're gonna be getting inside of this one vehicle. It's extremely harsh, as we're gonna be doing as well. For our first time, it overheats for instantly. So I'm gonna be testing out, and let's see. We have our first guess in lap number 1. As we're doing this for a really first time, 200 miles an hour, that we're hitting us into extreme amount of top speed earlier. As we're gonna be hitting throughout for a little bit for such as very high, that I'm gonna be using super late model cars from BMG Drive. Even though this is some kind of a useful vehicle such as the BMG Drive late model racing cars, we have been using for some kind of once a time. As we're gonna go into some replay broadcasts, we have to see some other kinds of things whatsoever, as we're gonna be doing for a lot of things as we know it. By using NASCARs as well, in NASCAR suggest as you're gonna be doing for a next lap, as we're gonna be doing for our next couple of laps, as we're gonna be beating up for just some kind of a one vehicle itself, as we're gonna be doing for more and more contents that we're gonna be listening to, and throughout the day that we're gonna be beating every people itself, as we find out for in the lap time board, as we need to speak ourselves that we're gonna need to continue this out. This is some kind of just a little bit mistake, but this is some kind of a blast away with some kind of a NASCAR vehicle as well. So as we're gonna be doing as well, this is some kind of no joke as really. As reaching up to 211 miles an hour, this is gonna be blasting away from this one. It's 300 subscriber event, but I'm sorry that we're gonna be saying for so many times, as we keep on doing for some more laps and laps, whatever we do. Let's get the replay broadcast on. And looks like this guy is absolutely pretty fast as well. By going to get up in turn number 1, hit the wall for the first time. Looks like we're going to be heading out for this one. Keep on speeding as anyways. Hitting toward for top speed. As we're going to be efficiently trying to take as downforce. The downforce of the car was even outlawed for the Generation 4 Simula to extreme amount of top speed as the late model cars from 2007 and 2008 as well. By using a super late model vehicle, as we're going to be using for some kind of 200 miles an hour, blasting away for over 200 miles an hour as we speak up into this one to keep ourselves into a efficient extreme amount of speed of 200 miles an hour. This is absolutely quite a very better but a very long time that we're going to be doing this, because due to something kind of an outlaw situation as before, like this somewhere, as we're going to be doing for some kind of a speed, extraordinary top speed of 200 miles an hour as well we know it. As we're going to be speeding around for a top speed of the car was absolutely only 200 miles an hour, because that exceeds slow amount of speeds against 200 miles per hour. That was even extremely outlawed as well. As you can see in BMG Drive, this car will go extremely quick as 200 miles an hour. This shall be extreme amount of speeds, must be 200 miles an hour, as we turn off the replay broadcast and whatever we do. And that is how that we're going to be speed unlimited times as we know it. As we're going to be doing for high speed to get up in town. As we're first going to be doing, that is fulfilled, that we're going to be doing some extreme amount of speeds. I might able to let go of the throttle as well, as we're going to be doing for such as more speed. As we're going to be doing for extreme amount of heights. As we're doing for outside, it's not going to be dangerous or something like else. As we're going to be seeing, as we're heading up here, this is where that is absolutely amount of top speed is going to be somewhere that is slow amount of high speeds as well. As we're going to be finishing around for 200 miles an hour, maybe we should going to be doing this and keep ourselves going. I mean, I just rejoined some kind of server because I might absolutely going to get almost too late about this guy, as well as we're going to be doing for a little bit for this one. As we're going to be pulling over to this, and exactly, I'm not going to be a little bit for this one. As we're going to be closing down in until the end of lap number 1 as well. I just rejoined the server until I just leave. Now we're going to be shifting towards into the late model as well. As we're going to be spawning in this vehicle, you mean this is some kind of extremely loud whatsoever. As we're putting ourselves into the grass, that we're going into the lane, low pitch as well. And we're going to be seeing around in replay broadcast as well. As we're going to be doing around this staff, maybe Monster Speeder is going up in front. And looks like we have something kind of just an awful thing like it ever. So if we're going to be doing for some kind of other stuff, this is where I just absolutely to do whatever it is. As we're going to be coming into some kind of other like these things. As we needed to reach some extreme amount of top speed as well. As we're going to be doing for a lap number 10. As we're going to be going quick as well. Even impossible to do like this. Absolutely heading down into this some kind of thing. But last time, this is some kind of just a good opportunity that we're hitting through this out. And we're going to be doing for a little bit for one time. As we come into some kind of other laps as well. As we continue to and make some speeds as well, as we're going to be hitting throughout for a 200 miles an hour in super late model racing as well. In super late model that can reach us to 200 miles an hour, unfortunately 150 or 130. In super late model race cars like these, as we're going to be doing for some kind of a top speed for 200 miles per hour, as we're going to be doing for a top speed humor of a 200 mile per hour session. As we're going to be hitting throughout for a 300 subscriber special, maybe this is some kind of an unreliable mistake or something like else. As we're going to be doing for a top speed and heading on the outside and went down on inside for this one. As we're going to be doing for a very top speed for this one. And mostly really as we're going to be doing for a one fleet as over here. So this is lap number 6. This is where I just absolutely going to be turning out for this one kind of a volume as well. So it does not going to be doing with this quickly as well. Back in Project Track Day, just not finishing in Daytona 500 as well. As we're going to be never adding into this game as well. As it's not even possible, but there is no road course for out there. As you can see that we're going to be doing for a road course session. This is an Xfinity vehicle as well, as we're going to be doing for a high speed run. As we're doing this a little bit pretty yet, as we're not doing for a very fast situation. Like I never say that we're going to be hitting through this out. We're not doing this for a little bit for some kind of extreme amount of high speeds against 200 miles an hour. This is how I just going to be doing for starting against 1,000 miles that we started to driven as well. So if I just stop my vehicle back in ultimate driving, which is I'm amount of total miles of 1,000 miles we have driven, looks like the car is starting to get out of control, and because of this huge lag situation we're gonna be having for a little bit of waste of time. But since we have something kind of just unreliable issue, this is where we started for the waste of time. Let's see for the replay broadcast. As we're going to be doing for our very fastest lap, as we're verily that we're going to be doing this around situation. As we're going to be doing for a total of 15 laps, as we're doing against possible that we're going to be doing a little bit for once a time. So as we're going to be seeing, as we absolutely heading towards into lap number 8. This is the final lap that we should have that back in Daytona in Forza Motorsport 7. This is some kind of a huge long amount of Daytona streets as well in Daytona 500. As we're going to be going up into this well to hit around the banks as well, and this is some kind of a little bit dangerous but no outlaw whatsoever, as we never were about to see this yesterday, as we're going to be doing for amount of aspects as well, as we're going to be hitting throughout for a 200 mile per hour run. This is where the final lap it goes. As we're going to be doing for hit amount of going outside, down into the inside, this is should be going to be absolutely going to be a little bit as well, as we're going to be doing for down into some kind of a great amount of these things. I just gonna be using for amount of stuff like Ford Mustang for the super late model and Dodge Challenger SRT8, which is an absolutely for a late model race car as well. So as you're gonna be keeping around for back into the pits, I made sure that I just always rejoin the game, turning off the replay broadcast as well. So I mean, this is some kind of just a little bit moisture that we're gonna be doing this out. But anyways, that is it for today's video. But itself, we're gonna be doing for such as very long laps as we're doing for all cars of this yesterday. In the last time's video, we did an absolutely for 10 lap race for this one, as we need for a last amount of 2 laps. We need to after that we're gonna be doing such as long ago as we're gonna be doing for a lot of stuff. Let's decelerate and we will end of this video as well as possible. And here comes the idle sound as literally possible, until this is some kind of extremely mistake that I just jump out of the car. It despawns itself for some kind of a super late model for itself. So anyways, if you enjoy for this some kind of a super late model, leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. Thanks for watching. That I'm gonna be see you this out into our next video for itself. And looks like, and back in Daytona as well. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be trying to see you all later into our next video.